Ansel Adams was a famous American photographer and environmentalist. He was born near the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, California, on February 20th, 1902. When he was 4 years old, he broke his nose when he was knocked to the ground by an aftershock of the Great Earthquake. His nose was crooked for the rest of his life. One of his earliest memories was seeing smoke from the Great Fire that followed the earthquake. Growing up, he was an only child who performed poorly at school, so his parents had him tutored at home. Although he was hyperactive and possibly dyslexic, he was thought to possess an eidetic memory, which is a form of photographic memory that includes memories of smells, sounds, and other senses. Ansel enjoyed music and taught himself to play the piano when he was 12. He also enjoyed nature and loved walking in the sand dunes near his home. His father gave him a telescope, and they shared a great interest in astronomy. When he was 14, Ansel read In the Heart of the Sierras by James Mason Hutchings, and he convinced his parents to take a vacation in Yosemite National Park. His parents gave him a Kodak Brownie camera for the trip, and Ansel's interest in photography was born as he tramped through the park's mountains. When he talked about the trip, Ansel said, "The splendor of Yosemite burst upon us, and it was glorious. One wonder after another descended upon us. There was light everywhere. A new era began for me." Some of his most famous photographs were of Yosemite. His work helped to raise awareness of and interest in America's national parks. In 1927, Ansel took one of his best-known photos, Monolith, the Face of Half Dome, at Yosemite. Photography as an art. Ansel learned basic darkroom technique working part-time for a photo finisher in San Francisco. In 1927, Albert Bender, a businessman and patron of the arts, helped publish Ansel's first portfolio, Parmelian Prince of the High Sierra, career as a photographer instead of a pianist. In 1933, he opened his own art and photograph art gallery in San Francisco. He often worked for 18 or more hours a day, for days and weeks on end. He learned from and exhibited with other famous photographers of the time, including Alfred Stieglitz, Imogen Cunningham, Paul Strand, and Edward Weston. They developed photography as a form of art. Ansel helped to establish the first department of photography at a museum at the Museum of Modern Arts in New York.